everyone, and welcome to another horror... Nope, we're not doing that today, are we? Hello everyone, and welcome to another video with me, Angela of Morbid Heart Designs. I first of all want to say thank you to all of the new people who have come over to my channel in association with the Horror YouTuber of the Month. Welcome, thank you for giving me a chance. I want to give you a heads up. This video may not be for you. When I first started YouTube, I was actually doing 2 videos a week. One was a movie review, and the second was an art-related video. Typically a time-lapse with my thoughts and whatnot, and eventually, obviously, I changed to just mainly doing horror time-lapses. I'm finally in a position where I can do something that I've been wanting to do, so I signed up for a 6-month art box subscription. So this video is going to be me creating a piece of art based off of what's in here. I have no idea. I have not looked at the website for what's in here. I have not looked at any other videos for what people have created with their own sketch boxes. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. Now, this may be the only video of this series that you see here. There's one of 2 things that I'm going to end up doing with it. Most likely. I mean, subject to change. If you guys really like it, then we'll just do this once a month. But there's 2 things that I'm leaning towards. One, this might become a Patreon exclusive video where only patrons get to see the unboxing, the process, what's created, all of that. Or 2, I may end up creating a second art-focused channel. Part of me doesn't want to do that, but part of me also recognizes, based off of historical data, looking at my channel, that most of you are here for the horror movies and not this. So it's stuff that I'm playing around with in my mind. Wow, that was kind of a mess. Anyways, it's all good. Thanks for your patience through this long intro. If this is not for you, definitely stay tuned for the next Tuesday, because there will be, of course, a horror movie review that you might enjoy. For everybody else who is interested, let's get into my first ever art box subscription. I am ridiculously excited for this. Like, this has been next to my bed for weeks now, and I haven't had the time to do it. So I'm actually not streaming today, so I can make time to do this. I thought about doing it on stream, but that shit's hard to edit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe this will end up on stream in the future. Maybe it'll be streaming only content. I have so many decisions to make. I guess that's one of 3 options. Anyways, focusing on this, because I don't know what's in here. I'm hoping we'll be able to create some awesome art with it. Let's see. Daniel Smith Extra Fine Watercolor Stick. I bet it works like watercolor pencils. Oh, we're doing watercolor stuff. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Accordion style notebook. Ooh, well, we get paper to play with. Oh my god, this is cool. Oh my god. It's literally like an accordion. I am totally loving and digging this. I'd be fine playing with this. Stoneground Paint Company. This is not as easy as apparently I thought it was gonna be. Open! God damn it. Ooh, it's like a metallic, pretty. Oh. Aqua ink. Ooh, I've heard a lot about like these inks, so that'll be exciting. Hey, look, another liner. I always am up for more liner pens. Brush pen. Brush pen. We like markers here too. Is that everything? That looks like everything. So what I want to do to challenge myself is I can only use what is in here to create whatever I end up creating. I don't know how that's gonna work. I've never worked with this or this. So yeah, first of all, I think what we'll do is play around with these a little bit and hopefully something good will come out of it. Okay, I don't want to test on this amazing thing. Like, can you imagine the piece of art, double art that you could create, or many little arts that create a story? I kind of don't want to use this for this video. I don't know. I'm really torn. We don't have to commit to anything right now. What we do need to commit to and decide is what we're gonna test this stuff on. I know what book we're gonna use to test these. So I got so excited to do this that I forgot to turn on the big lights, so we'll turn them on now. Glad I realized that now instead of completely towards the end, but it's all good. So what we have right now is a Canson mixed media. I've used this with markers. It's not good for markers, but it's good for a lot of things apparently. I haven't tried acrylic or watercolor on it, so we'll start with like the easy things first. With better lighting, this looks like it's a brown instead of a black, so it is brown. I don't have a brown liner. I have some other colored liners, but not brown. Where did I put those liners? So here on the card, it does say this is good for like dipping in pigments and making gradients. So we might try that in a little bit with these, because those are gonna be soon what we play with. I want to swatch it, not just line it. Test the tip. Okay, I feel better about that. Now to the shimmer. I like glittery, shimmery things. I don't know if anybody's surprised by that. That's so pretty. It shimmers more here than it does on the paper though. Oh no, there is shimmer in it. It's so glittery, oh my god. Okay, now for the Aqua ink. Do I need to shake before doing anything? Shake vigorously before use, so we will shake all of them at once. Insert dirty comments, dirty thoughts. That's what happens, right? Okay, we are first gonna swatch these, but let's label these. 916. Gonna flat out dip it in like actual paint. And then how does it go when we add water to dilute it? That goes pretty far. And look how nice you can dilute this. I mean, not fully diluted back over here, but I like it. All right, so that's that one. We'll go with the 220. And if you're an artist watching this and you want to judge my technique, I don't know what I'm doing. Shh, don't judge me. We're just gonna have some fun and see what happens. So let's dip into other pigments to create smooth gradients. So we're just gonna go with this one since it's the most different and see. Do we get more of a gradient this way? Ah, there we go. Look at that. How far do I need to go before it's just... Alright, I am interested to see how this would work with the lighter yellow. So let's make sure that's all clean. See, it's too close like I thought. You can't even see it. We're gonna dip it further in and see what happens. Yeah. You can see a little bit of a gradient, not quite on camera. I think I dipped it too much. That one has a little bit more of a gradient. I have no idea what we're gonna create. I mean, we've got one other thing. We've got one other thing to play around with. And I'm really thinking it's probably gonna be like watercolor pencils. Oh, I don't like the feel of that. I think it's gonna be too thick. I don't like the feel of it, but it is what it is. All right, just deal with it. We'll just try and get this wet right now. See how, if a little bit of pigment goes a long ways. That's a lot redder than I thought it was going to be. What color is this actually? Extra fine? This is not extra fine. This is like fucking tough as hell. I think I was wrong. It doesn't seem to go on like watercolored pencils, which I love. So let's see if we do this. Okay. See, that looks better. That looks more like a watercolor now. How does it go over here? I'm kind of thinking with these colors, I want to do something bumblebee-ish. I've never painted one. I've drawn them when I was a kid. I have not drawn them as an adult. So let's do a bumblebee. I don't know if I really wanted this to be a fucking watercolor pencil. Alright, so the only thing I'm going to allow myself to use while doing this that is not on here is going to be my pencil. I'm not going for my blue line or my blue pencil today. We're going to go for the mechanical. I like the bees though. I'm excited to draw the bees, paint the bees. Basically I've been playing around with things off of Pinterest to get an idea of what I want to do, but Pinterest is a good thing. I like Pinterest boards. Go follow my Pinterest boards if you're an artist and you need reference materials. And in fact, we're going to do a little bit more of experimenting because as I've been sketching, I've been deciding, having played with the mediums that are in the box, deciding how I want to use them, what I want to be incorporated where. After sketching out things and playing around, I've decided I do want to keep this book, not for this, but for something fun. So I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I don't know how well this is going to come out, but it's definitely going to be mixed with things. So yeah. Wish me luck. As you're watching this, I did decide to use the yellow brush marker, brush pen to go over my sketch work, the line work for this, to build up from there. I had some ideas of how I wanted to try to use it, but as I was working with the pigments of the watercolor ink, I really liked how they layered and built on top of each other, and I didn't want to mess up how things were coming by trying to use the brush over it to create some gradients, because I was getting some really interesting thing by itself. I might try that later, I don't know. The more I processed it, I began to think there wasn't enough color differentiation between all the yellows except for the orange, and I tried using that and I didn't like how it was coming out, so yeah. I do think I salvaged it a little bit, not as ideally as I would have liked. I did appreciate that this wasn't as fast drying as acrylics or the watercolored pencils, so I did have a little bit more flexibility in working with the ink more wet, getting it more wet and blurring it out, diluting it. I did find a lot of watercolor techniques worked really well with these inks. Since they're watercolor inks, I'm not surprised. I'm super impatient sometimes with art process. So I did go ahead and just start doing some of the line work, and I should have waited a little bit longer. Some of the spots were still wet, which didn't go over too well with the liner pen, but you know what? I got it fixed later when everything was dry. You'll notice one of the bees go through a lot of changes. I kept messing it up. So yeah, I decided at one point I'm just gonna cover it with this brownish yellow and see if I can salvage it, start over the best I can, since I don't have an erase button or an eraser to erase paint. In all reality, I thought this blue would go over things a lot better. I don't know if maybe I should have let the ink sit for a little bit longer, but it did seem to pick up the yellow even though it felt dry to the touch. Alright, so I'm done with this piece. I do like the inks, but I've worked with ink before, so I think I'm biased towards them. I really like the pigments in these. They do layer up well, water down well, blend. I didn't really try blending too much, but you could do some really good techniques with these, so I'm very excited for these. I'm not sure how I feel about this marker. It worked really well for highlighting some of the areas to color in to get rid of pencil lines, because oftentimes I hate when there's pencil lines in finished artwork. It drives me crazy. I got super impatient and I fucked up the pretty blue. I'm looking at the piece there. I don't like the 1B. I don't like how he came out. I fucked up with him. The paper got too saturated because I didn't use watercolor paper, Muse Mix Media paper. So yeah, I got impatient, which is why I don't do oil paints. Probably would have turned out better if I didn't get impatient. I don't really hate it. I really like the bee in the bottom corner. He turned out great. The flowers are not too bad. I don't paint flowers. So this was definitely out of my comfort zone as far as flowers and bees. But I overall don't hate these products. I didn't do enough testing before I committed to my concept, but that's okay. It's experiment. It's for fun. I had fun. It took me a few hours to do this. If you are interested in this piece, comment below. I'm giving it away for free. It's just a fuck around piece, so if you want it, let me know. Comment below. Tell me how much you love it, and if you hate it, tell me how much you hate it, and I won't put your name in the drawing. Well, there you have my first ever sketchbook thing. I'm excited to play around with them. I am going to be releasing a full work process video to my Patreons only, so if you are interested in seeing the workflow, not sped up, definitely consider becoming a Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Part of the benefits of that is, thanks in almost every video, you get a downloadable coloring page discount code, early access to videos, and you can, of course, if you like my art, if you like stickers, you like digital downloads of art, you can check out the other tiers and, you know, do your thing that you choose to. But if you don't, that's totally cool too. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, being here. With all that being said, thank you as always to my patrons, and from my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and please don't die before my next video.